The graphic was incorrect. It actually had 1600 there, not the 600. So there was an extra 1,000 that was in the stat.
Wow, and I love the jam by Chaz.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the Chaz jam there, I would probably never call there personally because just I mean, Chaz really can have. Yeah, and I don't mind. I mean, kind of want to bet range here, although this is not amazing for your range. Jacob is very happy to have 10 spades, although when you put pressure on hands, he's definitely allowed to have single spades instead of aces and king. So
Yeah, and you know you're drawing dead to, or close to dead to a hand like King Jack with the King of Spades, Queen Jack with the Queen of Spades, Ace Jack with the Ace of Spades.
yeah, I mean the spot that you got to caution is Jacob, and I wonder what he's. Oh, this is an interesting turn in which Preston gets some showdown. Let's check.
He's only got 2 outs. Or 6 of spades will not help.
Oh my
And he
god!
hits the suit 7. What was he on the flop? Like 3%?
Yeah, he had 2% on the flop.
Oh no! He's gonna jam.
That's brutal.
And also, good impressive to be cognizant enough to jam. Chaz, aces, please.
Oh, but he has the other nuts, 7-6 offsuit.
And he's up against 2 people with 10-9 off, and he's got a lot of them Jeremy could have done. And we're not gonna get anyone to
Well, this is a once game, by the way, y'all.
$400 in free flop.
No one has a suited hand. So, you're gonna see Chaz actually step a little bit into the lead, but most of the hands. Jack is actually 25. This is a very, very weird bet, just because you're often gonna get raised in a lot of hands here.
Yeah, it's almost like, it looks like you almost want to use a raise, but you might actually get less often.
Helping him. Well, now everyone has everything except for Zach. And Zach's actually going to continue on this turn. Now, this is very surprising.
Only Jacob with a spade, but nobody else has it.
Yeah.
And Chaz is the only one with a pair. Does make the calls.
Folds open-ended. Oh, yeah. No, but it's definitely a good bluff candidate.
Wow. Chaz makes the call with a 7.
With Zach behind.
Zach is not ready for this. Let's go, fireworks, first hand. Oh.
With your Rolex with the 3 bet.
Yeah, he's dominating.
Jazz
That's
with
that
a pair. Jazz with a flat with a pair there.
No, that's nuts.
Whoop. Oh, we got so close.
Ten is already there though. Solid.
Just
4-4 is
Ant-Man might win a $4,000 side pod with 8
right.
high.
If it's ace of 5 pairs the board.
Oh my gosh. And Ant-Man's gonna win the side pot with 8 high. All in.
Yeah. Gonna shove.
Yeah.
And then immediately acting, and they already.
Another good fold.
So you definitely want to target just full colors with his quads as the player at a decent frequency at a time. And he does call. Could have just shown the quads. And then he 8.
When that ace hits the river,
Oh,
that's not good.
and I feel, but no, yeah, he does fold.
Howdy, what is up, everybody? Welcome to Rounders Tonight. We've got a final table of the $300,000 guarantee South Texas Poker Championship Mystery Bounty. With me tonight, doing commentary, my man Rob Gardner. Rob, what's up, buddy?
Hey, man, how are you doing? Good to be back with you again.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, we have a special treat tonight, Rob. We've got it's going to be a very, very exciting final table. But I think most of you guys know that one of the main cog of our Rounders Tonight stream team is Drew Gonzalez, right? Bet on Drew, you've heard of him?
The one and the only.
He's been playing cards the last couple of days, and Drew has made the final table.
Let's go.
So he is going to be there. He's not going to be part of the stream tonight. Hopefully he doesn't have anything to do with the stream other than being on camera and dragging pots. I can't lie. I am repping my guy. I want them all to do well, but I'm repping him. I've got his Bet on Drew hat. I got the what is it? Hello Noobs hoodie.
Yeah.
Repping my boy.
I tell you, he's got a lot of extra pressure on him tonight. Not only does he have the home crowd fan base watching, but Hannah already won a trophy. So
you are exactly right. Yeah,
there is
Hannah,
added pressure here to double down here.
That pressure must be insurmountable.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I mean, he's the dude. He's the pro, and Hannah got secured a trophy first. So.
Yeah.
This is what the another thing which is really interesting talking about Hannah and her poker accomplishments is that last night she almost got another one. She got second place in I think it's a $30,000 guarantee freeze out.
I believe it.
She got heads up with. Sorry, Rob, I was just gonna say she got heads up with one of the local crushers here. Really tough tournament player, and she just couldn't quite pull it off.
I had the fortune of battling with her in Vegas over the summer a couple different times, and she can play. So it doesn't surprise me.
Absolutely. Yeah, Hannah's a very, very. She definitely knows her way around the poker table. She's very aggressive.
Yeah,
she scares me.
Yeah. Not someone. As a person, someone you want to see at the table. As an opponent, not someone you want to see at the table for sure.
Yeah, she's super sweet, super nice. Let's talk about some of the players of the guys who are at the final table. Jesus Martinez is going to be in seat 1. He's a local. He's a Rounders boy. Rounders dude. One of the nicest guys you'll come across. He's super easy to root for. He's very good friends with Lou. We call him Little Lou here, but Little Lou is a crusher on the super high roller tour, and so they're not just getting lucky. They're doing something. They're doing something. They're in the lab. They're definitely working on their game. So Jesus is going to be seat 1. He's cashed for $266,000 in total live earnings, with his best finish being $159K, with the second place finish at Choctaw.
Okay.
That's Jesus. And Richard Phillip is in seat 2. He's got Jesus's chip stack is 2.4 million chips. Richard has 2.35 million chips, very, very similar chip stack sizes. Richard, I don't know how long he's been playing poker. I couldn't really find a lot of information on him. But I'm sure he's going to be ready to show what he's got here tonight. Seat 2, and then seat 3 is Drew.
Seat 5, yeah.
Drew's got one of the shorter stacks. He's got 1.4 million chips. He's got total cash live earnings of 299,000, and his best was not that long ago, 60K at the Triton in London.
Yep.
A lot of people were watching that. I was definitely on the edge of my seat watching my guy battle out there with those crushers.
I mean, Phil Ivey,
Phil Ivey's a dude. Yeah, he qualifies. Drew. So he had that $60,000 cash there. He also cashed for 51,000 in the main event a couple of years ago. So that's he's definitely knows his way around the tournament
For sure.
tournament tables. Trung Pham is in seat 4 with 3.8 million chips. Interesting thing about Trung is he's from Houston, but this guy actually won our main event last year, the South Texas Poker Championship. And I was just out there chatting with them just a little while ago, and he told me that the seat that he's in now is a seat that he was in last year when he won it.
Uh-oh.
So he's got good vibes. Feeling good about it. His best cash is the main event from here last year. 168,000 is what he scooped.
It's hard to beat that.
Yeah, and seat 5 is Lambo Vet. Lambo is a local guy, Rounders regular. I've been playing poker with Lambo for quite a few years. Doesn't play a whole lot of tournaments. He plays a lot of cash. He's got 2.8 million chips in his stack. Lambo, I've never known this. I've known him for years. I've never really known what his name is, but I've cracked the code. I got it now. His name is Lambo is a combination of he's from a blended family, so it's from Lamar and Boone. Lamar and Boone are the two names that he's blended together. So that's an homage to his two dads that have raised him. So
Very cool.
there you go. That's Lambo Vet. And as I said, he's got 2.8 million chips. If he wins a big pot, you look for some excitement. He thrives on energy. He really kind of brings his own energy to the table, and it'll be interesting to see if he'll pull out a big cell. There he is, right there, walking in front of the camera. There
is he as loud as Rooster?
Actually, he's well. They're just different. Volume-wise, they're pretty similar, but Lambo's just a little bit more. How shall I say, more of an imposing figure. The Rooster's a little funnier.
Somebody asked me, like, they were talking about the Rooster guy. I'd never met him, and I'm like, why do they call him Rooster? And they're like, wait 3 minutes, and then he won a big pot, and okay, I got it.
Yeah, he brought a little cockadoodle-doo.
Oh yeah.
So Timothy Taylor is in seat 6. He's got 1 million chips. He is our short stack at the table. He's a local from Fair Oaks, just down the road. Total earnings of 8.6 thousand. His best is $3,200. He cashed twice last year in our series, the South Texas Poker Championship Series. So it's Timothy looking to improve on that for sure. The next player is Christopher Lewis. Christopher Lewis is the chip leader. He's got 9.39 million chips. He is from Hollywood, Florida. His total earnings are 273,000 with a best of 45,000. Most of what his tournaments have been in the Florida area, with some Vegas sprinkled in. But he plays a lot. He's got a lot of finishes, a lot of cashes in Florida. That's the dude that knocked me out yesterday.
Oh.
I was knocked out in 26th place, and Timothy was a very, very solid player, aggressive. He made a call against my all in. I had tens. Turned out to be an overpair to the board, but his 5 and his deuce both paired. It was all in pre-flop, but he was just, I had 10 big blinds. He's going for the bounty, and he had the chips to do it. So it was a little painful, I cried in my beer. That's the way it goes sometimes.
Probably.
Yeah, that's tournament poker.
Right?
Alan Oaxaca is in seat 8, 1.14 million chips.
We were waiting for you to.
San Antonio dude, his total earnings are $6,900 with a best of $2,000. And again, he's going to be looking to improve on that. And then in seat 9, rounding out the final table is Andy Hilger. Andy is a friend. He's been playing poker at Rounders for years, since probably, I guess, since they opened. I've been playing with him for years as well. But he doesn't play very many tournaments. He plays a lot of cash. Like his total earnings are only $4,100. He did cash in the main event here, South Texas Poker Championship last year, but he just doesn't put a lot of time into tournaments. I guess he just kind of tries to, take a bat, goes up to bat for the bigger ones,
Right.
and so here he is tonight. He's got 1.8 million chips, and that's going to put him right around, right just under average. But Christopher Lewis is far and away the chip leader. So, and as I mentioned to you when he made that call of 5 deuce, if that's that should be an indication of what we expect from him as far as his aggression. Oh, one last thing, about this too, Rob, the bounties. So
Yes.
So they are playing for. I'll bring the. Let me bring the final table payouts here. First place is 30,000. Right, we know about that. Second is 21,000. So ninth place, the next player out is going to get $3,000. But Rob, they're playing for bounties too.
Yep.
So there are 9 bounties, and the idea is there are two of the $10,000 varieties.
Yeah, and that's very significant because that's a bigger pay jump than second to first. So, especially if 1 or 2 people get busted and do not pick up those bounties, the value of winning a bounty is just going to continue to be larger than pay jumps. That's really going to skew the ICM pretty significantly at this FT.
Exactly. That does matter. Yeah. It looks like they're just kind of verifying some of the chip stacks right now. We should be getting underway pretty soon.
Out of curiosity, Rude, sorry.
Yeah. No, go.
I'm curious, did it just work out that there were 2 10K bounties, or was the tournament set up to where there was a minimum number of big bounties that were specifically saved for the FT?
No. I went home after so I don't really. No, I think it just worked out that way, honestly. Okay. The way that they did it, they have some, when you pull a bounty, you pull the envelope out and it'll say the amount of money you want, unless it's 10,000, unless it's, what was the number? The minimum was, shoot, I should know this. I don't remember. The minimum might have been $5,000 for what you consider the big bounties.
Right.
The others are between 300 and, like 3,000 or 5,000. I happened to pull I got 1 bounty and I got a $3,000 bounty, so that was nice.
Very
that
nice.
helped.
That's a nice chunk of change there.
Yeah, that helped cover my beer last night. But no, I think it just worked out to where there are 2 $10,000 bounties in there, and then 7 of the smaller ones. So Rob, it's an interesting conundrum that you have to face when you pull a bounty. You don't have to go and pull it when you earn the bounty. You don't have to go right over and pull it immediately, right?
Oh, really?
No, you don't. You can wait. You can wait and pull it at any time. So when, like yesterday at the start of day 2, when you pull a bounty, you could go right away and pull it, and because that the $30,000 bounty is still in there somewhere. But there's a lot of smaller bounties too. So, a strategy could be you wait and let some of the other smaller bounties, because it's more likely that the smaller bounties are going to be pulled first.
Yeah, that's interesting. This feels like that whole Monty Python thing. I'm sure there's a proper way to do it, and it's beyond my brain right now. I think the EV would be the same, but what's wrong with a little superstition in poker anyway, right? Wait till you get that tingle on the back of your neck and then head over to it.
Yeah, that might be the best advice.
So but we do know that all the bounties have been pulled. Nobody's sitting on any bounties from last night right now.
Currently, all the bounties have been pulled. There are only 9 left. We know that now.
Now, will we get to know what they pull? Are we going to be able to see that from the stream?
Yes.
Okay,
We are
perfect.
going to show that.
50K, 100K. So this is the beginning of this is the first hand. So we're playing at that
Final
level.
instructions here.
Good luck, everybody.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank
you, brother.
The bounties, somebody knocked out. Yeah, we're drawing the bounty right over here. I'll come to you with the bounty. We're gonna do it on this. We're gonna do it right there on that.
Okay, there you go. There's Dan, our tournament director. They are going to bring the hopper, the gold hopper with the bounties over to the table so that they can be pulled right on camera.
Where's the reader
Perfect.
at?
And away we go.
Oh,
In the middle.
so just
Yeah, so this is the sensor right here. So if I need y'all to scan, I'm just gonna ask you to rescan. You just gotta swipe it.
Can you do them simultaneously?
Yeah, you can do them both at the same time.
Okay.
Like two, like we've all been.
And you go one on top of the other?
Yeah, you can do it like that.
Okay, cool.
Drew's final table outfits are always on point.
Yeah, that's the Triton Drew that we're looking at there.
If I won 60K in a Triton event, I think I would live, sleep, take showers, and probably never take the suit off.
We've got a jam from Alan for 1.1. I like it.
Be interesting to see with the chip leader there, Heapy Stack. Do we see a light call here? Oh, yeah, he's got 9.2 mil. So obviously normally wouldn't make a call here, but 10,000 reasons to consider making a loose call here.
That's right. First hand of the final table.
1,140,000. Oh.
Yeah,
He is
makes
gonna
the
make
call. He's
Yeah.
going for it.
He could have some like king, queen jack suited type hands. Like he could definitely be live here. Unfortunately, he's not.
Alan's in pretty good shape.
No real help there.
There you go. At least a double up there for Alan. So he's going to drag a 2.5 million chip pot. Now he's feeling a lot better now, huh, Rob?
Yeah. The funny thing is, normally at final tables, you're always sweating, hoping the short stack loses so you can ladder. I wonder if people are more hoping that they don't lose, so they have a chance for the bounty. It's like such a different dynamic, right?
Yeah,
Especially if it's a real short stack and you have them covered.
Absolutely right. Yeah. So it's interesting to see how that's going to affect Christopher, because that's a pretty decent chunk.
He's got about 80 bigs, right? And you guys are using the half big blind ante at the FT?
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, the entire tournament.
Oh, really? That's cool. I think I did play one there when I was there that they used that format. It was kind of nice.
Yes.
Especially for some of the faster structures there. It works really, really well.
Yeah, it definitely helps, it helps with playability, having that, using the small blind amount for the big blind ante.
Don't think Drew's going to find a call here with 2-4.
Nice pickup for Richard.
Yeah, and again, with the bounty incentive, he can shove even wider from the small blind than normally you might shove. Not that King 6 is the worst 12 big blind shove in the world, but
yeah. Yeah.
Really cool hat for Lambo to match the name.
Mhm.
I like that.
Yeah.
On brand.
Oh, Andy finds a playable hand.
Great. Taking informed decision, you know, say that.
Yeah,
The worst.
it's one through.
You're sitting there just thinking like, oh, I just want to get a strong hand at the FT, and you finally look down at the beautiful aces, and everybody's just throwing their cards at the muck as fast as they can.
Right, yeah. These guys
How
on the
many minutes
final
are the
table.
levels?
They are 30 minutes long, and I didn't catch where we were in the level where they when they resumed play.
That's okay. Standard open here.
Andy lets King Jack go. Suited wheel cards for Richard. Oh, Drew. 2 Broadway cards. Ace 10 offsuit.
This is kind of close. A lot of this is going to come down to player dependent.
It's a good fold. Yeah, player dependent. Drew's chip stack is really, he's got to really be careful.
Yeah,
Never
and
get
he's
it.
going to get called wider, so you do want to shave off the bluff part of your range in these bounties when you're a little bit shorter. Unlike the last cash game we did, I assumed that some of these players have a little bit more history with each other than.
Yeah, well, I mentioned I don't remember exactly how many, but several of them are from San Antonio and the surrounding area, so they play at Rounders, but it's about half
Okay.
as opposed to the cash game where almost all of them knew each other well.
Right.
Nines for Jesus and the low jack.
Great, 200,000.
Drew with ace 10 again.
Well, if he didn't like it on the button, yeah. Just that's. I think Drew's being cognizant of his timing there. He's going to be pretty consistent with his decisions to make sure he's not giving anything away. Here we go. This is going to be some action.
Be 2.7.
Means 200,000.
200,000 to go. Ace Jack offsuit for Drew. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Ace King offsuit for Timothy. They have very similar stack sizes.
Drew can still have some raised folds even off of,
Mm-hmm.
but he does have him covered. That's the hard part. So
Yep.
yeah, this is going to be hard to get away from. He doesn't have many opportunities to get a bounty at this table if he doesn't follow up, double up. So this is one of the few chances he's got at that 10K.
Yeah, it's the only person on the table that he covers, so it's really.
Oh, cards in the back.
Made the call. Drew's going to be in rough shape here. But Rob, like you said, I think he doesn't have any chances to get a bounty if he doesn't go for this. Is the only person that he can. Oh my!
And right in the window.
And 3 diamonds, a monotone board, all diamonds, and Timothy doesn't have a diamond.
It's going to need a queen or a king.
Oh, queen for the knockout. Oh, not knockout. He's got him covered. Oh my
the old
goodness!
stand-up trick worked. He had one foot out the door and
The old stand-up. Nice hand.
Ouch.
Well timed stand-up. I know.
Yeah, he mentioned it. The well-timed stand-up
Won't work.
Wow. Oh man, that's. What about that? That Rob, that's so brutal. I mean, you flop a jack. Both sides. You got ace king. You've got the guy dominated. Jack right in the window.
Yeah,
and then Drew thinks he's looking good. What he is.
It's tough. It's what makes tournament poker so fun and so painful at the same time.
Like 15% on the turn.
Yeah.
For Drew, for Timothy to get out of that. It's weird. There's some comfort in. Oh, look at the very next hand. I was just gonna say there's some comfort in knowing what you have to do. I mean, what your bet size is.
Right.
This is really short though. Drew's trying to sell it.
Yep.
He's got 3 big blinds. It's pretty obvious.
Hold on. What five?
Luxury.
415.
Oh, well, it's getting called for sure. Ace King versus Queens.
Round 2.
This one is a fair fight. This is a lot closer. Drew's tournament life is at stake here. He's got the queens. Ace King for Christopher. Good flop for Drew. 3 of hearts is good.
There we go.
Jack on the river. He makes it through. So he's still sub 1 million chips. Doesn't even have 800. So he still only has, just a little over 7 big blinds.
With the half big blind ante, though, he can definitely take at least another orbit if he wants to and try and find a really good spot. So
Yeah.
And super comfortable in the spot. Like he knows these spots very well. So
well, yeah, so he survives. I want to thank everybody for joining us here for a final table, the $300,000 mystery bounty of the South Texas Poker Championship here at Rounders. Thank you guys, one and all. I know this is going to be a good show. Please hit that like button for us if you don't mind. Let everybody know what we're doing here. I want to say hello to some of the people in here. We've got Ship at 210 in the chat. Alexandra Montemayor. Almendron. Ghost of M, what's up, buddy?
Can everyone scan for me, guys? Sorry. Good. We're good, guys. Thank you for your help.
Monkey Mill. So Monkey Mill. I just met Monkey Mill yesterday.
Monkey Mill's good peeps. A lot of the Drew Crews in here. A lot of good people up in the house.
Yeah, very nice, very friendly people. She calls me. She just called me in the chat, Mr. 52, Mr. 52. That was the 5 deuce that took me out yesterday. Kings for Christopher. Christopher just took that small hit against Drew earlier. Well, Kings will find no resistance. Monkey will bringing us up to speed. Said Hannah almost got number 2 last night. She sure did. What a great run. What a great series she's having.
And still some series left, so it's not like number 2 is out of the question.
No, you're right. We'll talk about some of the upcoming events. Folding around to the button. Allen folds a suited queen. Andy with king 10, small blind. I think that's going to work. Jesus is not going to. Oh, I was wrong. Jesus makes the call for one more 100.
Yeah, I think because Jesus has Andy covered, I think it's probably just a call with any 2 spot. Again, the bounties just changed so much about.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you. The thing is, though, that there is an unknown element to these bounties. It's a mystery bounty. So we know that there are 2 10,000. Actually, it'd be nice to know what they are. I think there may be like a $2,000 bounty in there too. So they're not just little. So you're right, Rob. They're taking that into consideration. Gut shot, straight draw for Andy. He's continuing to tell a story here. He's trying to rep the queen, but Jesus actually has the queen, so he's not going to fold.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what this river runout does, and pot size is getting up there. The one. He's going to go check now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 1.3 million in the pot. That's a nice pickup.
That actually would have been a really good card to jam, but I don't fault him for not jamming because it's so hard when your tournament life's on the line to take that third barrel. But
Sure.
not going to be a lot of ace X in Jesus's range, and
I
he's blocking the nuts there too.
not a lot of ace. Is that what you said? Ace X?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because
I
a lot of
agree.
his ace X is going to rejam. So.
Absolutely, yeah, or at least 3-bet.
Yeah, but it's again very easy to say when you're in the booth and you can see the cards face up.
Right,
That's
right,
a
right.
horrible
Yeah,
pull.
because it's death.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
you're wrong. John Robertson is in the chat for Drew. Nines for Drew now.
It's a little tricky spot. Like jamming looks so strong, but do you really want to open here and go to a flop?
I know
Yeah.
what I would do. Yeah, I'd do it. This is what I would do. Nines are just too strong, and it really takes away the post-flop decisions.
Yep.
Down folds to the button. Andy with King Jack. Andy took a big hit. Now he's going to go ahead and take a shot. Jesus has an ace. Jam, rejam. Ace 5 is going to shrink up a little bit. Here we go. Drew is at risk. He's all in for 775 with pocket nines. And he's got him covered, not by much, but you have to only have him covered by one chip to get the bounty.
Kind of similar to the earlier situation. I think this is the one spot Andy had a chance to play for a bounty in. So
yes, agreed. Oh, set of nines, but it's still got a sweat. So tough.
The best hand's been holding.
All right, one card to come. Only a 10 gets him there, and that's it. That's going to be another double up for Drew.
Nice hand, Drew.
There he goes. Tugs on his vest and gets ready to collect his chips. So now he's going to be up to 1.75, which is more than he started the final table with.
How did Grogu get way in the middle?
Really? Yeah.
He got Grogu right up there by the dealer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all the way in. I didn't even notice that. Grogu,
sorry, go ahead, Rude.
The power of Grogu gets him through. No, I was just saying that Drew has been the most active player so far at the final table. He's played the most hands.
Well, it helps when you get queens and nines and ace jack.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's not getting out of line at all. Actually, no one is getting out of line.
Yeah.
This is really slow.
You get your hand bit off.
And that's not too surprising. You got 6 people at the table with less than 30 bigs, so everybody's kind of feeling each other out. Hoping that 1 or 2 people will bust quick.
Yes.
My
Christopher Nutter's in the chat. He says, hey, they are here railing Drew. Yep. Lots of people are. Andy's all in with ace 3 offsuit for 475. Oh, definitely going to find a customer here. And
oh, yeah.
Richard, I expect him to rejam from the small blind to kind of shut Drew out.
Yep.
Drew with an easy fold. All right, here we go. Andy's at stake here, at risk, sorry, at risk with the ace 3. Richard with ace king.
What's that? 24%. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, all the aces are in play. So he needs to pair the board. And by pair the board, I mean jack or a 5 now. To stay alive, and that's going to be it for Andy. Congratulations to Andy. Andy is going to be knocked out in 9th place. and we're gonna
No
pull a
chance
bounty.
a
That's
30K
gonna give
guy
Richard a
doesn't pull a
bounty.
10K.
So Andy's gonna take home $3,000 in prize money. Smallish pay jump for the next spot to $4,000.
Yeah, and we don't know all of the bounty values, but even if just knowing that, let's just say this $10,000 bounty doesn't get pulled here, right? We know there's two $10,000 bounties in there with 8 people left. That makes the average bounty value at least $2,500. And it's obviously more than that because the other bounties have value too. And the pay jump from 8th to 7th is only 1,000. So that just gives you an idea. Like you get 2.5 pay jumps basically for busting somebody compared to surviving. So it'd be interesting to see what happens here with this poll.
30. So I said there's no chance he doesn't pull a 10K. Please, don't be greedy. 300.
All right, there's the bounty poll.
Nice, by the way.
Richard Phillip.
What did he pull?
I mean, the guy
530. Oh, $300. 300.
Cool, baby.
Yeah, the value goes up now.
Basically,
We can safely say it's at least $3,000 of equity for pulling a bounty at this point. So that'll be interesting to see how people factor that in now. I mean, nobody's really short. I mean, the shortest stack is Drew with 16 bigs, so we could get a little play now.
Got some play. Yeah, you're right. So we're down to 8.
The non-stuck out table. What they should be.
Suited ace for Christopher from the low jack. Strong with a suited ace of his own. Oh, Christopher just limped. No, my mistake. I guess he called, right? He must have
Yeah.
raised it to 200. That makes the pot. Yeah, that makes the pot right. 500,000.
Picks up a flush draw here. Oh, nope, that's not correct.
Queen, queen, 10, 5. There we go. Yeah, we got it right. 2 clubs. Okay, no flush draw. 5 pairs of the board. So 2 pair on the board. What now?
Who wants it more?
Yeah, Trong with 3 million chips. Oh, they're just going to check it down. Check back. Chop that pot. Yeah, I played a few hours with Christopher that having taken that couple of hits there, I think that kind of, I don't want to say it clipped his wings, but you kind of have to navigate spots a little bit differently depending on who you're up against, and he's still trying to maintain that big chip lead.
Yeah. And the blinds are probably going to go up here pretty soon. We've been here for pretty close to 30 minutes. So sometimes it's the chip leader just sitting and letting the blinds go up puts additional pressure on everybody but you.
Yes, correct. Agree.
Right, 200,000. All right.
7-5-4 monotone. Drew with a nut flush draw and a top pair. Middle pair for Lambo. He's not ready to give it up yet.
Check back.
Yeah, tough river
Check,
spot.
Pair fives. Pair seven.
Card smacks the big blinds range. Really hard to get any value there.
Drew picks up a small one.
Small men's add up.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, 400K right there. That's almost $500,000, and that's yeah, that's like a 25% pickup for him, isn't it?
Yeah, he was down to 3 big blinds just an orbit ago, and
He's
now
at 2 million now.
up
So
to
I guess
about 20.
Suited ace 3 under the gun for Christopher, brings it in for a raise. Wow. Drew's just never-ending run of playable hands.
I don't know if it's the suit, the tie, the purple shades, Grogu, the patches, the vest, the hair. It's something.
Could be the combination of all. Now he makes the call. Oh, Lambo wakes up with jacks in the small blind. 2.6 million chips, and he's just going to make the call as well.
Wow.
Try to navigate jack from out of position. This is going to be above my pay grade.
Yeah. It is sneaky as a trap. The hard part is you're just not going to flop. Well, there you go. You're usually going to have an ace queen on the flop, but yeah, when you flop that.
Not a bad flop, but still, I mean, it's a very wet board, very wet board. Only Drew can, get rid of his. Drew's done with the hand, but
yeah, and now everybody gets a free turn card, which is actually good for him in the actual hand, but it can't feel good about everybody getting a turn card there. Checks again.
850 in the pot. I mean, a 10 would just be devastating. All right, makes a boat, but it's the underboat. Got jacks full of queens. First to act. Again, navigating out of position.
Wow.
Talk about being, he's just playing this very, very carefully.
Can't really expect anybody to put chips in the pot after he's checked around twice.
Hey, Lambo's going to take that one down. That's a tough way to play jacks, but even having flopped a set, that's just a tough combination of cards.
Yeah.
Jesus elects to fold his suited ace. First time we've seen Trung open pot. He likes to play the ace-8 offsuit from the cutoff. Christopher's going to mix it up. 10-7 suited. Makes the call from the big blind.
That's it.
He's Queen Jack, top pair for Trung. But got shot straight draw for Christopher. 2 spades on the flop.
Don't hate the check back. Pot control here a little bit against the chip leader. Give yourself some easier decisions on future streets.
I agree. Yeah.
Now that he's checked twice, you got to feel pretty good. You've got the best hand here. And the upside to betting here is if you do get called, it likely just goes check on river. So, but he's just going to go ahead and take it down.
Even though Christopher hit bottom pair, there's just that Broadway flop and just 2 flush draws out there.
Yeah. Too many potential dirty outs. Like he could hit 2 pair, but it gives somebody a flush or a straight.
Yeah. What do you do if it's a 10 of
They're better than
spades?
the old ones. They're still relatively new.
Try.
Pretty slippery. They kind of have like some kind of like wax coating on it.
Timothy's our small stack at 1.6 million.
Are they stiff when they're all
A little bit stiffer than the regular ones.
Yeah, okay.
At all. These are much better.
That's good.
Hold more.
Lambo just interviewing Happy Gilmore, our dealer there, about the cards and how they feel, how they are. Suited Queen 9. Trung.
Yeah, the stream table cards have a little bit of a different feel to them.
Oh, very different. Well, like Drew Happy was mentioning, these are not quite as stiff, but the stream table cards have a chip in there, right? That's how the reader works. It reads the chip, so they're pretty thick. But these particular ones aren't quite as thick as the ones that we've used in the past.
Yeah, I got to try and shuffle one of those decks when I was there. It's not as easy as it looks.
No, it's not at all. We had a dealer with a live stream night with cash game just for dealers. Only dealers were playing. So I dealt. The players normally get dealt to by the dealers. So I as the player jumped to the other side and I dealt. I had a little crash course. I'm not a dealer. Crash course for 15, 20 minutes before I went on stream to do it and learned how to do the I don't even remember how to do it. Riffle, strip it, whatever. And it was very difficult. And I practiced on regular cards. It wasn't even the stream cards. So.
Yeah.
Here we have Jesus in with 10s versus Christopher's open with 8-7 suited on a monotone flop. Jesus is the only player with a diamond, but Christopher does make a continuation bet of 125.
Oh.
Check of hearts, not a diamond. Good call by Jesus. Oh, an ace on the river pairs the board. Does Christopher give up? Does not. Now, if you're Jesus, that ace on the river makes it significantly less likely that Christopher has an ace in his hand.
Yeah, the only thing is he went so small here. Really doesn't incentivize a lot of folds.
Oh.
Yeah.
Make the call.
He's getting 5-1 there to call. He's got a diamond in his
Oh,
hand.
wait a second. Did he turn his hand over? Oh, I guess he mucked. Christopher must have just mucked
Yeah.
because Jesus didn't turn his hand over.
I think he's got to go bigger there. Like, you're really trying to get a jack to fold, and obviously tens and a jack are almost the same hand there, but
Yeah.
you're only going 300K. You're not, if he calls and he's wrong, it's 300K, it's 3 big blinds. It's not, he's got 23 bigs at that point. It's not going to like ruin the tournament or anything. So just didn't really put him in a spot where it was like super uncomfortable.
Christopher's now down to 6.6 million. He came in to the final table with over 9 million. So he's lost or bluffed over 3 million chips, a third of his stack. There he is raising from the cutoff with a suited king. Other than being suited, it's really, that hand's not very coordinated. King deuce of diamonds. And Alan just calling behind with the eights. Just over 2 million chips.
All right, that's it. Let me go.
Eights are tough to play post flop. One over card.
For sure.
C bet from Christopher. I think it's probably going to work here. And by it's going to work, what I meant is Alan will make the call. If he called the flop, this is a good turn card for him. Wow. Christopher's just got a fold up shop, right?
I would think so. Yeah.
It looks like, I'm not saying this was his idea, but it looks like Christopher's strategy was to come in and really use his chip stack to his advantage and put pressure on the other players.
Yeah, the trick is like, I think you either have to like fully commit to it or not. Like, if you want to have that image, you really want to be opening like 40-50% of hands and just making that, creating that image that, hey, I'm not going to back down and you're going to have to play at me. If you just kind of dip your toe in the water and don't fully commit to it, then people can pick up on that. And that's where like the small sizings and stuff get you in trouble, because it just kind of becomes kind of obvious that you're being a little bit timid with your stack, even though you have a big one.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely playing hands. Alan with nines this time. Calls the opening. Here we go. Bet on Drew. Jack, Jack from the big blind. Time for a squeeze. That's an easy squeeze.
Yeah, pretty good spot.
Christopher folds immediately.
Tough decision here for Alan. Again, one of the few bounty spots. And you're more likely to run into overs than you are pocket pairs here.
$1.7 million.
What do you think, Rob?
I think he's going to make the call.
I think he's going to fold. I don't. I think
It's
he's going to
close though.
fold. Yeah, it's close because you said he has him covered by a million.
It's really close. I mean, it's 1.5 to win 2.3 plus the bounty equity. Does make the
Yeah.
fold. Really, really good fold there.
Yeah. Live read. When he looks back at his cards like that, I feel like if he had counted his chips, right, to see what he's going to be left with. In this case, I feel like he might have maybe be more likely to call, but because he knew he knew he had nines. What's he doing?
Yeah.
Checking for suits?
Yeah. You ate one of my.
In the meantime, Timothy's kind of been laying low as a short stack, staying out of the fray.
Get this help.
That min raise from Richard was enough to get that done. Take down the blinds and ante.
Yeah, definitely not anybody getting out of line at this point at the table.
We got 3 players between 3 million and 4 million chips, so got a little group, little peloton chasing up on Christopher. Now he wakes up with a real hand, queens.
Good time to get him. See if anybody has anything to play back with.
Gee, is that a 5 deuce? Christopher drags one. Still maintaining that chip lead. Little gap.
Our hands put together. Hello.
Sometimes just raking that pot and stopping the bleeding can kind of get your confidence back up.
Yeah, that's meaningful. Take a little break. 10-3 suited. Ace King offsuit for Jesus raises it to 250. Drew's got suited wheel cards. Ace 5 of hearts. Jesus
Lines
has a big
are
heart.
up.
I think Drew's gonna wait for something a little bit more, something he can hang his hat on. If he was first, if Jesus hadn't opened and he could open with Ace 5, I think it's likely he would have. Rob, what do you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, very comfortable open. And Ace 5 suited is the it's the new Ace King suited, right? Like,
yep.
You're going to have at least 33% equity against everything, but
a lot of times people are 3-betting with the Ace 5 suited. Nothing wrong with that. It's just
Yeah, in that exact spot. He would have liked this flop.
Sure would.
On one side, he's only got 8 high. On the other side, it's just such a hard board to put a bluff in, but he is going to try and take a shot here. And again, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say he might figure his 10. If he hits a 10, he'd be good. That would be a very interesting action card.
So far, the bluffs at this table have all just been too small. Like betting 20% pot here again, it just begs hands like his exact hand to call.
Yeah, I agree. He's going to have to come off some money if he wants to pull this one off.
Yeah.
I think it's a good candidate to try it for, too, not just because we can see the cards, but and he does go
he does get it through. Time. So I do like, if you're going to go small in turn and you're already made the decision you're going to follow through on river, then I like it because you're kind of keeping the pot small to fire that second barrel, but you just can't expect a 20% pot to bet to get through. So maybe that was kind of the plan all along, was he was going to follow through on most streets.
I really wonder what would have happened if a 10 came on with that small bet sizing. Maybe he's thinking, well, maybe he folds and I can take this pot down right now. Then again, I can always hit an 8 or a 10.
No.
If he hits a 10, man, that would be
fireworks.
Yeah. How about this opening hand? Starting hand.
I prefer it suited, but I guess it's okay.
No resistance whatsoever.
Haven't gotten to see any flops with aces yet at this table.
Trung and Christopher are getting closer in chip stack size. Trung at 4.5.
Where the action is.
Christopher 5.9.
You notice it once it reads all the cards all, and then when that's whoever it's on. Oh, that's cool. So it helps the dealer to know that you take that.
But I had no idea.
I didn't even realize that either. That's really nice.
Oh, yeah. So the action's on Trung, you see, or now it's on Lambo. You see that red, the lights are red, so that indicates who the action's on.
Has it always been that way?
Yeah, for this table. This is a new table we've had.
Gotcha. Yeah. I didn't remember it being like that when I was in San Antonio.
3 million buy-in.
Maybe 700,000.
3-bet from Christopher from the small blind. King Queen offsuit. Lambo with King Queen suited on the cutoff.
You have over 5, obviously.
Definitely going to be playing this hand. Makes a call for 700.
These are my favorites where they have the same hand effectively, and you just get to see who wants it more.
Oh, they're both open-ended. Christopher's got him covered. He's first to act. Continuation bet of 400,000, about 25% pot. Quick call from Lambo.
You have to wonder if that Jack's hand is in the back of his head too, with how he slow played it.
Yeah. He slows down and checks the pair. The 10 pairs of the board. He checks it.
It's a tricky spot. There's an SPR of 1 here, so if you bet too much, you're not going to have any fold equity on river. He does like to check back.
Looks like they both just want to get to showdown.
Yeah, it's just really hard to rep something.
Oh,
now.
here we go.
Wow.
It just jams. This is how you. That's how you work it. Working the stack. Takes that one down. He's up to 7.3 million.
It's an interesting spot. I think that's the one guy at the table I'd be scared to do that against. Like he checked a set of jacks down all the way. So in a vacuum, like when it checks around on turn, like you can take a lot of the 10x and 7x out of his range. So it's a good spot to have a jam, but man, I'd be worried that he just had jacks full again.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Yeah, that was some good play there. And Lambo just couldn't make the call there. We still do have plenty of tournaments to go in our series. We have a total of 15 different trophy events. And right now out there, they've got the high roller, $2,000 buy-in, a $50,000 guarantee going on. We're going to have day 2 tomorrow of that. And I'll get back to the rest of the list in just a moment.
Rude, you got any events left?
Yeah, I what am I gonna do? I need to get my list out. I've played about 4 events and cashed in 2 of them, so 2 for 4.
And 50% is amazing batting average.
That's not bad. So it's not Hannah Jolie, that range, that level, but
Yeah, you got to start somewhere.
Drew's gonna open with the King 10 suited. King 10, 2 hearts. Trung making the call from the low jack, right? With 10-5 offsuit. Wonder if that's correct.
Yeah, it feels like a misread.
Christopher now Queen Jack and 2 spades. He makes the call on the button. Only had 1 elimination on the final table, so we only have Richard has pulled the bounty. Oh, excuse me, Christopher 3-bet. He made it 850. I guess I missed the purple chip.
Yeah.
Trung decides to play. He'll be playing the rest of this hand out of position.
That calling's not super common with him thinking about this, unless this is a Hollywood. It makes me think he's got pocket fives here.
Yeah, it definitely has something
Probably won't
other
get to
than
find
a
out.
10-5.
Yeah.
Christopher picks up another one.
A 9? A 9 gives me the 9. Oh, yeah, keep playing. Right. So yeah, if I wanted to. A black 9.
Richard. Oh, okay, he's just calling.
Right. Well, mine is their own. Really cool. Yeah, no kidding. Like a game show.
Not much of anything for anybody here.
Yep. 2 clubs,
You know?
ace of clubs in Richard's hand. Oh, sorry, Christopher's hand, though.
Yeah, it's his spot to take. The nice thing here is he does have a lot of barrel cards, clubs, 4, 5, ace. Allen stuck in the middle here, just can't do anything. So this should get through.
Hey, Christopher takes down another one. Slowly getting his chip stack back up there, Rob. He's up
Yeah,
to
now he's
8.6.
definitely starting to open more consistently and barreling a little bit more consistently, and that's what it takes. You got to commit to that strategy. He's also had some additional time now to see kind of that everybody's kind of sitting back. That helps too.
Yeah. Jacks for Trung.
Easy game, but they say it's hard to play jacks. Just get them under the gun and lock and load. Trying up to 4.5 million in chips now. Blinds 60K, 120K, and 60K. We are on the half big blind ante here.
And Lambo down to 2 million chips.
Big slick for Richard here on the button.
Little min click makes it 240 to go. Trong in the big blind will make the call with a 9-6 offsuit.
Little 9-6 deuce 2 club flop would be kind of fun.
Well, there's the deuce.
I was so close.
Yeah, not nearly enough for Trong to defend here.
No.
There's your chip counts at the bottom. Timothy just kind of staying out of the fray there. He's still the short stack at 1.4 million. Allen folds a suited ace from the high jack or from the low jack. Drew on the button.
Outside.
Yeah.
I don't think Drew's going to fold this.
Makes it 250 to go. I like this bet sizing. He's on the button in position, and he's got a playable hand. Lambo makes the call. Oh, he's got him pipped by 1. Ace, king, king. Gut shot for both players, but Drew as the initial aggressor. This could be a good board to just do a small little.
Yeah, this is a fantastic c-bet board.
175.
Quick call from Lambo.
And a club brings a second club.
Yeah, it's a weird spot again because of the way he played those jacks earlier in the tournament. It has to be in the back of people's minds is like, does he have some traps here?
Yeah.
Normally, this would just be a very simple double barrel spot, but I think because of that previous hand, it's in their heads a little bit.
Yeah, they have virtually identical stack sizes. This is a meaningful pot for both of these players. There's almost 1 million chips in the middle, and Lambo's got chips in his hand. Makes a big bet.
Turning his hand into a bluff. I don't know that this bet normally would be enough to get an ace to fold. But maybe he's putting Drew on some weaker pocket pairs, like 9s or 10s, that he maybe thinks he can get him to play down. So obviously it's going to work with Drew's exact hand. There's 2 different hands where we've seen that the approach to Lambo's been a little bit different, I think, because of the way he played that Jack's hand. So while I wouldn't have just played Jacks that way, it's kind of worked in his favor now because people it's made him a wild card. They're not really sure what to do with him.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. It has worked out for him. Trung on the button. Suited ace is going to open. And gets it through.
No. Otherwise, I'm gonna jam. Exactly. You have two of them?
Timothy and Drew. 10 big blinds or less. Well, Drew's got a little bit more than that, but about 12.
Oh, right.
Yeah, in terms of orbits, it's basically 6 orbits before you would blind off. So again, still some time and some playability here, especially since they can double and still have a top 3 stack. That really allows you to kind of still be patient and pick your spots.
It's a good hand. Little better than ace 8. Correct. That's why when you said better, I went lower. Never want to tell me. I don't understand. Oh, yeah, no. You did. Yes. You're telling me all day. That's good. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'd rather you not tell me than lie to me.
Christopher from the big blind. Uh-oh.